GMGers and GMGettes, are you ready?
Countdown, 60 seconds to get ready for the Good Morning Gang morning show. It's time to get ready. Get your coffee, tea, trees, or whatever need be. Then put on your seatbelt. We're going on a journey. We'll discuss trending topics, music and breaking news to help get your morning right. Big Phil speaks, giving you his one-of-a-kind point of view. It's the GMG, and we're family. So as we count down to the start of the show, prepare for the unexpectedly. If you know, you know. Tell 1 to 7 of your friends to come in. Share your love for the show. We're about to begin. The GMG countdown.
It's time to wake yourself up. It's the Good Morning Gang morning show. You feel me?
Good morning to you.
Looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty of others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like G&G. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the issue, and take your friends and them, can and all, come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them mistake, and even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps,
Do 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 dooby dooby doo 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 doo. Good morning to ye. It's your boy Big Phil Speaks, and this is the Good Morning Gang morning show, brought to you by myself. What? And that good GMG, Good Money Gang. Listen, if I don't sound as hype as I normally do, it's because of the nature of the content of today's show. Huh? The content of today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. Let me get this right. Do, do, do. We are at episode 292 of them things for the Good Morning Gang morning show. The title of today's show is Hey Young World. Hey young world, the world is yours. Hey young world. Well, enough is enough. Enough is enough. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of drama, a lot of bullshiggery. Enough of it as is. But here lately, there's been so much dealing with our youth that it makes it pathetic. It makes it disheartening. It makes it heartbreaking. Before I move forward, let me give out the warning as I normally do about this time. Warning, warning. Federal law, Title 17, USC, Section 107, allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material and the creation of a new work for purposes included, but not limited to, criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture, baby. That part, huh? Listen, before I get into the two heavier topics. Matter of fact, I'm losing my mind. What was I thinking, huh? It's time for the roll call. Ooh, 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 ooh. Listen, who we got in the building so far, huh? Polo Dolo riding solo from the Kansas City way. Bab Wilson, GMG. Crack baby, trick baby, crack baby. Good morning to ye. Sexy sugar mama, she's in the building. Good morning. Peep scheme, Wagwan brethren, huh? Uptown Nelly Nell, Uptown Jay from around the way. She in the building. What's good? Rashad Houston, home team, GMG. Tiffany, I see you. I see you. She's in the building. Good morning to ye. Listen, who else we got in here? From over on the IG side, Essex County, Carol Scuddery. Big Mac, the evening experience. I see you. Call me Queen Sims. We Heart Zero, mama of two angels. CK is in the building. Joe Mafia, WU Woo Syndicate. I'm sorry. When the smoke clears, y'all come on over to the good YouTube to be a part of this conversation, this situation. Even though today there's a lot of things that might break your heart. There's a lot of things that we're going to talk about that might get you upset. There's a lot of things that's going to tug at your heart. So you might want to get your tissue. You might want to get your tissue. You might want to get your tissue. You might want to get some libation or something to calm your nerves or get you mellowed out, because this is one of them ones. Kathy, is that you, Cotton Candy? Hey, good morning. You better believe it's Sag Gang or don't bang. Huh? Sag Gang or don't bang. Before I get into the two heavier topics, though, y'all, listen. Y'all need to leave Clarissa Shields alone. Y'all need to leave the GWOAT alone. They say the GWOAT, greatest woman of all time. Leave her alone. Y'all hating on that woman. Y'all call her, y'all be like, she can't dress, she's ugly, all these things, she's a home wrecker and all these things. That woman don't bother nobody. And she's not ugly. She's a pretty black woman. Y'all need to stop that bullshiggery, huh? Is it her arrogance? Is it her confidence? Is it the fact that she's at the top of the food chain in her sport? Boxing, women's boxing, that is? Is it that she's at the top of her craft, top of the class, that everybody and their mama is hating on her relationship with Papoose? Whether they good for each other or not, that's their business, right? But I guess because they're celebrity, then it makes it all everybody's business or whatever the case may be. She seems to be locked in with him. He seems to be locked in with her. That should be good enough, right? We ain't heard of no abuse. We ain't heard of, no kind of, we've heard allegations of maybe some stepping out, but we don't know if that's true or not. We don't know who the talebearers are and what their reason or motives is for telling the bullshittery in the beginning. Lady Cosadita, I see you in the building. Good morning to ye. But y'all got to leave that lady alone. She has something to say. She has something to say. She be in her own realm. She said, y'all keep putting all these syndromes on her. She letting you know what syndrome she actually has. Y'all check this out. It's about 3, 4, 5 minutes, but well worth the listen. Hey, Clarissa Shields, don't let nobody steal your joy. You keep doing you, huh? And if they come to your face with it, nah, don't do that because your hands are registered. But you know what I mean. Clarissa Shields, y'all listen.
No, I whoop your ass syndrome. I have I beat a bitch up, I beat a nigga up syndrome. I have I love my man syndrome. I have I wear what the fuck I want to wear even though y'all say that I can't dress syndrome. Like what make you, like how could you say that I have ugly syndrome? I have ugly girl syndrome. What are you talking about? I have get money syndrome. I don't bother nobody syndrome. Like how can you say that I have some type of syndrome that you're talking about when I don't bother nobody, I wear what I want, I make my own money, I'm successful, I mind my fucking business, and y'all steady come bothering me, but I'm the one that got, no. I beat your ass syndrome, I whoop a bitch, I whoop a nigga, I love my man syndrome, cause it's whatever Papoose says goes, yeah, right? I have that syndrome, I don't fucking, how can I have when you say ugly girl syndrome, know that that's somebody who's a hater, somebody who's constantly attacking people, somebody who is making up things about people, somebody who's not bothering them, they come go and bother them. That is what ugly girl syndrome is. Also, ugly girl syndrome is calling a girl that's pretty ugly. So a lot of y'all have that. Because I know damn well that I'm not ugly, but the amount of times that I see it, y'all keep saying it to me because y'all want me to believe it. And it's like, I already know. Before they created, or before I knew about some motherfucking weave and hair and wigs and makeup and lipstick and eyelashes and eyebrows, I already had accepted who I was. I already had accepted my beautiful, natural face already. So when it comes to y'all talking about some, oh, she's ugly. Baby, I'm never going to believe that because I've never thought that I was an ugly girl when I made it past the age of 14. I saw my face. I saw my body shape. I saw my everything. And I was like, God damn, I'm a good looking woman. So you might as well stop saying that to me. You cannot convince a bad bitch that she's not a bad bitch. And then on me, everything is natural. Ain't nothing bought. So when y'all come bothering me, it's like, oh, Clarissa got ugly girl syndrome. No. If a girl come disrespecting me or a man, I'm going to disrespect them back. I have don't fuck with me syndrome. Leave me alone syndrome. Let me live in love and peace syndrome. Buy what I want syndrome. The fuck? I got that I'm in the league of my own syndrome. That's the syndrome that I have. Y'all blow me. Y'all got to stop. People who I do know or don't know, I'm not finna go on nobody's page and say, oh, you're ugly. Oh, you can't dress. I don't like your hair. What? So what? You don't like my hair. So what? If you don't like my clothes, so what? Do you pay my bills? You don't. So I don't understand that. That's why it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, but it's like, bro, I have make your own way syndrome, get to the top by any means necessary syndrome, make your money syndrome. Man, please take care of your family syndrome. That's what I got. I got don't bother me unless you want me to bother you syndrome. I got the when you start with me, I finish with you syndrome. That's what I got. You go low, I go to hell syndrome. The fuck? But ugly syndrome? No. If a bitch bad, a bitch cute, I'll give her props. If she's successful, I'll give her props. But, I can't keep letting stupid motherfuckers speak on me and not put them in a place. Learn your place and stop talking about me. Especially if I don't know you. And you know what? Y'all can't get no clicks unless you mention Clarissa Shields. That's the truth. The name ring bells. The name hold weight. Heavyweight. That's what it holds. Clarissa Shields' name holds heavyweight. Pressure.
Pressure. Y'all leave the GOAT alone. Y'all leave Clarissa Shields alone, because there ain't no reason why y'all keep bothering that woman. That woman ain't doing nothing to nobody. You hear me? Nothing. Terry Murray, salute. Good morning to ye. It's not her, it's them. It's easy to be negative instead of positive. Huh? Miss Scat Pack, pulling up with the Scat Pack. Good morning to ye. Happy 420. Whoa. Listen, huh? Good morning, good morning. Y'all share this live if you would. Share this live if you could. If you're over on another app, whether it be X, formerly known as Twitters, whether you are over on IG, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitch, come on over to YouTube. Do your boy the honor and the favor. Do your boy the honor and the favor of coming over here, liking the video.
What?
Do your boy the honor of liking the video. If you have the updated feature of hyping the video, hype the video because it helps the algorithm get in the mood.
What?
You know, I want to menage with the algorithm. After you do that, hit the join button.
What?
To subscribe to the channel. Why not? And then after that, make sure you hit that notification bell like this. So you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang Morning Show drop, whenever Feel the Love Friday drop, or anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. You be amongst the first to know that part, huh? As I move on with the move on, listen, this first story, oh my God, heart-wrenching. Had a hard time uploading this bullshiggery. Unfortunate bullshiggery. A man. I ain't even gonna call him a man, because what kind of man are you to take the lives of your children? Take the lives of the mother of your children. Because what? Y'all not getting along, or because y'all divorcing, or whatever the case may be? Because of whatever demons you're fighting, whatever things you're going through, whatever inner turmoil you're facing, but you're not man enough to man up on man time and go get the help that you need, to go talk to whomever you need to talk to. To me, that's cowardice. Cowardice. Shamar Elkins, the confirmed man that took the lives of his children. There's conflicting stories as to what ended his life, whether he ended his own life or the police actually did. I'll get to that later. But you, sir, there's no heaven for you, and I'm not your judge. There's only a pit of hell for you. Again, I'm not your judge, but I am to judge a tree by its fruit. And this here is a whole lot of rotten ass fruit from a wicked, broken, desolate tree called Shamar Elkins. Y'all watch this video breaking down the tragedy right after it happened. If you would. If you would.
This morning, officers responded to a shooting that occurred just after 6 a.m. In doing so, we've determined that this was a domestic call in nature. The responding officers located a crime scene here in the 300 block of West 79th Street, and this is a rather extensive crime scene spanning between two residences here. there is also another residence on Harrison Street that is part of this crime scene as well. Right now, we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. All of the deceased in this case are juveniles. The individual responsible, once leaving this scene, performed a carjacking right here in close proximity to the corner of West 79th and Linwood, at which point in time Shreveport Police Patrol officers got behind that vehicle and a chase ensued. The vehicle was chased into Bossier Parish, and at which point in time Shreveport police officers did discharge their firearm, and that individual is deceased. We do believe him to be the only individual that fired gunshots at these locations here. He is deceased, and Louisiana State Police will be taking over that portion in which the Shreveport police officers discharged their firearms. So we don't have any more information on the shooting that occurred in Bossier. What we can tell you is this is a domestic disturbance here in the 300 block of West 79th Street. This is a very large scene with multiple deceased children present, and so we're going to ask for your patience in us getting information out. We will release the name of the suspect that is deceased when we have made the proper notifications. We do know that some of the children inside were his descendants, and so once we are sure of everyone's names and ages and the proper channels have been notified, we'll be releasing all of that information.
King Skills, good morning to ye. Listen, 7 of his babies. One that I think was a cousin, which wasn't his or whatever the case may be. One of his children escaped, jumped off a roof, broke some bones, I guess, in the jump, but is still alive. A super tragic situation that is shaking up households across America, especially in the Shreveport, Louisiana area. But if you call yourself a man or a woman, mother or father, auntie, uncle, niece, nephew, cousin, brother, sister, this affects you in some way too, just in hearing this story. If you got a heart with a heartbeat in it, a mind, a sound mind, then it is definitely a sad, tragic situation that even though it's not your family, feels like your family and hits home in a different way. It's hard to talk about it without showing emotions because of the fact that it affects 8 babies, eight children. We'll get to those names shortly. Because as much as they're talking about the punk that did this, the Bama ass nugger that did this, I want them children to be remembered more than his simple ass. Definitely a weak individual. Definitely. Here's a councilwoman Tabitha Taylor emotionally speaking on this tragedy. Y'all check it out.
There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears of traumatic pain. I pain and I grieve for this family.
Right, his own children. His own children. Let me pull this up and read this. Do, 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 do. Matter of fact, let me just pull this up. These are the 8 babies affected by this tragedy. Their names: Jayla Elkins, 3. Shayla Elkins, 5. Kayla Pugh, 6. Layla Pugh, 7. Marcaden Pugh, 10. Soraya Snow, 11. Kadarian Snow, 6. Braylon Snow, 5. These are the 8 babies whose lives were cut short because of a coward. These are the lives of innocent children that had nothing to do with any disagreement you might have had with your wife, baby mama, girlfriend, whatever the figured he almost cussed. Went on. They said that his wife got hit in the face. I pew in the face. They said that she's expected to live. They said the mother of one of the children that passed, that wasn't his biological child, but a cousin to the other children, is expected to make it, unless anybody has an update on that. One of these children were trying to escape with one of the other siblings that did make it and was shot on the roof. The other children, I guess they say they were asleep. But as they were trying to escape from the wrath of this coward, one child was able to jump off the roof, broke some bones, but it will be okay, physically at least. The other child did not make it off that roof. What kind of man or woman will get to such of a low, demented, wicked place that you decide you want to take out your children? It already takes a deprived individual to want to harm somebody else, period, without there being ongoing deadly conflict between the two individuals. What he did took calculation, premeditation, but from an insane person. What that Bama did is destroy not only his family's lives, the wife's family's life, these 8 children, the cousin, the mother, the community, the city of Shreveport, the state of Louisiana, and the hearts and minds of anyone that has a heart in the United States and the world abroad. I'm going to leave this up while I saw a post. And again, I don't want to give this Bama too much shine, too much attention, except for to say how low of an individual he was for doing what the hell he did. But there's a gentleman by the name of Michael Mayance who posted this on, I believe it was X, or maybe it was Facebook. He said, "Yes, everyone, that is my house on the national news. The mass murder incident that happened early this morning of 8 innocent baby children in Cedar Grove, Shreveport, Louisiana, ended at my house in Bossier City. The suspect was a former young soldier of mine, and I have known him since he was a child. He called me uncle as I helped raise him without a father present. I have no involvement in the actual incident. The suspect went on a chase with police to my residence after the murders, I guess looking for that safety that he had in me as his adopted uncle and trusted officer. I had spoken with him just yesterday about his possible divorce. I didn't pick up any indicators of murder, suicide, as I should have. I was totally unaware of all the events taking place this morning when my cameras suddenly activated that there was activity in my doorway. I went and heard his voice, my nephew, and then I opened the door unknowingly, and he was standing there with his short barrel AR carbine. We talked for a little under a minute, and then he put the barrel to his mouth and done. When he fired, I assumed that the police thought he was shooting at them or me, so they then opened fire. I got some glass in my arm from secondary kinetics, shrapnel. Please pray for those babies. They are in much better place now, I know, but the imprint of this tragedy is deep and hurts. Please pray for any survivors, as I believe there is one adult survivor." Sheesh. Heavy. Why didn't he come back to you instead of going off on his wife and then going to his children? Since he was coming to this man as a safety net, so supposedly, right? Why didn't he go to him to get more counsel or to seek help instead of taking it out on his wife and children? That's the question we'll be left with. Well, one of the questions we'll be left with. Good morning, Zolan. Good morning, Allure. Good morning. Charlie Hustle, good morning, good morning. I'll say this. What he did was decide to take the coward route out. Since he was man enough to unalive his wife and his children, he should have stayed right there on the scene, turned himself in, and dealt with all the repercussions behind that. He took the coward's road out. If what this individual, Michael Mayance, is saying is true, and that he took his own life, He definitely took the coward's road out. He should have stayed alive and endured whatever came along with the results and the repercussions of his actions. But no, because of his actions, there's other people left to suffer for his wickedry, for his evilness, for his demented thinking and actions that he took out against his children and their family. So much so that it's being reported that what you see here, engulfed in flames, is his mother's house. Allegedly, somebody or some people from the community went to his mama's house and burnt his mama's house down. I have no knowledge as to whether his mother was in that house or not, or if anybody else was in that house or not. I pray that they weren't. I pray that they weren't. But his actions not only affected the lives of his children, of his wife, of the other young lady who's supposed to be a cousin to this situation, both child and mother, but is affecting his mother, who had nothing to do with the actions of her child. Nothing. I don't know if he lived with his mother. That part I don't know. Or stayed with his mother when this was going on. But why take it out on his mama? Why take it out on his mother? I get it. There's people that are angry. I get it. There's people that are so upset. I feel like I just need to do something. I can't get to that Bama, but I need to do something. You burned down his mama's house? Yeah, that's a fact. That's so wrong because she birthed him. It's not her fault. He's grown. That's a fact. If the love is gone, move on. Those babies were a blessing and he didn't want the wife to have them. He should have just unalived himself and left those poor babies alone. Fact amundo. Fact amundo. We don't know the ins and outs of this story between the wife and the husband, what caused them to be talking about divorce. There's alleged rumors of some infidelity on one side or the other, but I don't have that backstory to give you all. But there is no backstory. There is no backstory that could justify this. There is no backstory that could justify unaliving your own children. There is none. Terry, yes, Shreveport, Louisiana, definitely. Definitely was Louisiana, Shreveport. A sad stain that will be on his legacy. A sad stain that will be left on that community. A sad stain that will be left on that city. A sad stain that will be left on that state. And a sad stain that will be left on the hearts and minds of us of reasonable age that can understand what's going on, who are alive during the times of this tragic event for years to come. I don't want to stay too long here because it makes me sad. Hmm. But this situation is tragic. Hmm. And as a father of 7, I don't give a damn what I go through. I don't give a damn what I lose. I don't give a damn what relationship don't work. I don't give a damn what weight this world puts on my shoulders. I could never find it in on my heart or on my mind to want to unalive these beautiful babies, my beautiful babies. I could never. Hell, I could never see me taking my own life, no matter what is put on my shoulders. But I damn sure could not see myself unaliving my children. I'm reading the story now, and this is beyond tragic. These are your kids, and no matter what a woman or anyone for that matter says or do, children are innocent. That's a fact of mundo. Beautiful babies. Yeah. Yeah. And this tragedy would be the same if these children were any other color. It's not just about these being beautiful black babies. Them could have been beautiful white babies. Them could have been beautiful Latino babies, Hispanic babies, Asian babies, Indian babies, Native American babies, you name it, Middle Eastern babies. This story doesn't change. It just so happens that it hits home harder because they are the same race as me. Same race as most of you all in these comments or that will come about to see this story. It definitely hits home in a special way. As a father, it even hits home harder as a father of 7 children. Hmm. And though most of mine are grown now, it still doesn't make it no never mind. It still does not make it no never mind. I know that it's Monday morning, April the 20th, 420 for those that indulge, 2026. And I apologize for pushing this show off on such a morbid and sad beginning. But a story like this cannot go unspoken about. I'd be less of a man. I'd be less of a host, podcaster. So I apologize if I offend anyone. Matter of fact, no, the hell I don't. If you are offended, I apologize that you are offended, but I'm not apologetic for talking about this story or bringing this story to my platform. And it ain't about clicks. It ain't about how many people watching, how many people see this. I strive to not only entertain, to not only make you laugh. I always say you're going to either cry, get mad, get a laugh, get informed, get inspired, but most importantly, you're going to get entertained. This is not entertainment. This is one of those situations where we need this check. We need this awakening. We need to be, this is one of those smack somebody and get them back to reality type of moments. That there's people suffering with all kinds of bullshittery around us every day. Every day. That there's people dealing with evil spirits around us every day. There's people dealing with circumstances that change who they are. There's situations around us every day that ignites something that's been suppressed or that's deep down inside of somebody that they either know or don't remember lies within them and gets set off by whatever situation in any given moment that we need to pay attention to as neighbors, as lovers, as friends, as family members, hell, as citizens. This situation is beyond tragic. It ain't the first of its kind, and unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. God willing, it would be the last, but hey, God willing, it'd be the last. But unfortunately, because of the world we live in, it's the way we are being taught, exposed to things, peer pressured and thinking that we supposed to handle things this way or that way. Men suck it up. You a man, deal with whatever, don't talk to nobody. You a man, just put your shoulders back, press your chest out, and keep pushing. When sometimes you need to sit your ass the hell down, pick up a phone, go by somebody's house, sit down on their sofa, go to some counselor or therapist office, sit on their sofa, and let it out. And let it the fuck out, excuse my English. So like things like this don't happen. There ain't a woman nor a man alive that's worth you taking their life over a relationship, taking your life over a relationship, and damn sure not to take the lives of your children over a damn relationship. Breaking up, that is. Or anything for that matter. That ain't love, and that's not a measure of love. We got to get it through our thick ass heads that even though we might want forever with somebody, that might not be in the cards for us. One. Two, we might have never was supposed to be with those individuals in the first place. Just because we went and took vows before God don't mean it was God ordained. One. Two, the will of man stands on its own, and God doesn't even violate that. And some of us get into these relationships not really knowing who the hell we're laying down with, who the hell we're getting involved with, who we're marrying. What demons do they possess? What inner turmoil, getting tongue twisted. What trauma have they had to endure? Sometimes we don't get to know the individual that we're courting, dating, engaged to, married enough to learn about them. We want to know the good things. Oh, what's your favorite color? What you like flowers? What do you like to do? All these things. What turns you on? All those things, but we don't want to know the darker things. We don't want to know the things who hurt you. We don't want to know the things if that person has been molested or been through something extremely traumatic, physical abuse, domestic violence, something mind-shattering or mind-altering that they might have had to suppress for survival's sake, for sanity's sake, or anything else. And then you get involved with this individual, or if they're just downright off, then you get involved with these people. Something comes out right away. Sometimes something comes out a year or so later. Sometimes things pop up years later. But a lot of time the writing is already on the wall, but we don't pay attention to it. But there is no relationship worth this. There's no relationship, no marriage in its demise worth this. I'm gonna move on because the next topic is sad as well, but it's a lot more angering than sad. Even than this. This one here is angering, but it's heartbreaking. I mean, both situations are heartbreaking. Let me not say that. Both situations are very much heartbreaking. But this right here, y'all pray for surviving members of this family. Any family members that bam ass nigga got left, pray for them because these were their family members too. Pray for the mother of this heinous situation because she's going to be needed. She's going to need the community to hold her up. Could you fathom losing all your babies or most of your babies due to some violent act or act of nature or a tragic accident or anything? The wife, the mother of those children are going to be needed. She's going to need all the support that she can get. Those that believe in a higher power, that believe in God, no matter what you call his name by, what culture you're from, what religious or spiritual background you're from, pray for that woman. Pray for the remaining family. Pray for that community. They're going to need it. Pray for those that have consumed the information about this case. We all need it. It don't cost you nothing but a moment of time or moments of time. And in a situation like this, everything else on social media can wait. Every bullshit ass show or thing or interesting thing that you see on TV can wait. Pray over this family. Pray for the souls of these babies. Pray for that mother who's in the hospital dealing with the injury. Pray for the other mother who's a cousin to this family and her injuries, and the other child that's injured. Pray for them all. Pray for the siblings because I think he had more kids than this. Pray for the other siblings because they're going to be extra devastated. Their brothers, their sisters, gone. Sheesh. Mm, mm, mm. Where do we go from here, my love? I know I usually start the show off with some topics to kind of loosen the atmosphere, but today I didn't feel like it was the proper thing to do. I had 7, 8, maybe 9 topics already lined up for this show before this incident happened. One being the next topic I'm about to talk about, but I had 7 or 8, 9 other topics to talk about. I scrapped all of them to talk about this and the next topic. Some I will deal with on Wednesday. Some will be no longer relevant to me to even talk about. But I had to give attention to this situation and to these babies. I'm going to move on because I'm fighting myself not to get emotional. So let me move the hell on. She sure will going through the birthing process so many times only to have this outcome on your children and not being able to save them from this tragedy is painful. That's a factamundo. Ah. The next topic, Queens, New York, New York, New York. By now, y'all have all heard the story of this next situation. Jaden Pierre, 15 years old, lost his life tragically in a viral video where you see him being confronted by a mob or a group of teenagers. Somebody's recording this whole thing thinking that it's all laughable and fun and games. I don't know what transpired. I don't know if it was gang related. I don't know if it was jealousy related. I don't know if it was just bullying. I don't know what caused that situation to be what it was. What I do know in doing some research was that young man had a very promising future ahead of him. He was in the sports. He was in the acting. Very good child. I'm not gonna say he was a perfect child, but a very good child. And it looked like he didn't want to fight the individual he was having an issue with. So it seems as though that one individual was bullying him, taking advantage of him. Then you had the other individual who shot him. There's a rumor. I haven't seen nothing factual yet that says that the guy that shot him took his own life later. But then I've seen some things that says no, he's very much alive and still wanted by the police. But here's the problem. And this is not an out. This is not an escape. This is what I surmised. This is what I observed in that video. The guy with the gun, I don't think he meant to shoot him. I guess he was trying to pistol whip him, and the gun went off. That's not an out, no excuse, no pass for his stupid ass for doing what he did. If he's still alive, he's gonna definitely have to pay for what he did. The first individual that looked to be bullying Jaden, they might charge him with murder too, or manslaughter too. some of those people in that crowd will probably be charged with accessory or some kind of mob charge or whatever. Again, I don't know if it was gang related. I don't know what the story was behind this situation, but there's a lot of lives ruined in that situation as well. It's cowardice when you have to jump somebody. It's cowardice when you have to have a mob behind you to feel empowered to approach, instigate, initiate, or just straight up and down fight somebody. You need a crowd behind you pumping you up. If you need a crowd behind you to make you feel superior or feel like you like that, then you ain't nothing but a young punk or old punk if it's somebody older. But in this situation, a young punk. And then if you know and or see that the person you had a problem with or issue with or whatever the case may be is not going to defend themselves, what kind of man or woman are you? What kind of boy, what kind of girl are you to continue to try to chump them, punk them, bully them, harass them? It don't make you look like a better individual. It don't make you look like a super thug. It don't make you look thorough. It don't make you look solid. It make you look like a coward. It makes you look like less than what you should be. A lot of people that were in that park that day are at fault for or play a part in Jaden Pierre's unaliving. Before I go forward, watch this video. I'm sorry. I had to play that before even saying anything about the situation, but got caught off in my words, or whatever the case may be. But this situation here, some of these youngins right here are going to get charged in this situation. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. The stupid ass boy who had the gun, him trying to be so rough, so tough, so real in the situation, if he did not unalive himself, he's going to have a world of trouble behind him going forward. The boy that was in the direct conflict with Jaden, punching on him and all those things, is going to have a world of issues that he's going to have to deal with, probably both in the streets and in jail. Some of these other people that was oohing and ahhing and laughing and jeering and instigating and peer pressuring and wishing it to go on and keep going and yeah. Some of these individuals' lives are going to be changed, both either or in the street or in jail. Because again, I believe that there's going to be some people out of this crowd that are definitely going to get picked up off this situation. And if it's not about a gang situation, they're going to make it about a gang situation because there's a bunch of them acting in a mob mentality, which resulted in the death of this young 15-year-old boy, Jaden Pierre. Then I'm pretty sure Jaden Pierre has family. Jaden Pierre has friends. I hope that level heads prevail in this situation. I don't know what I would do as a father. I don't know what I would do as a family member if it happened to one of mine. I just hope that a level head prevails in a situation such as this. Especially in seeing this video and watching it through. There's a couple angles. There's the front angle, like this angle you see here. Then there's an angle from the other side of the fence behind him. And to see those people and see how everybody was acting and see what took place and see how this young life got taken away from this earth in such a stupid ass way, in such a careless ass way, in such a heartless way. Facts, Nail, when I saw this, my heart sunk. You can hear him saying, I don't want to fight. At that point, you become a bully. At that point, you become a punk ass. You become a coward. The one who did it was trying to prove how big and tough he was, and he's just a little punk having a firearm. Doesn't make you a man. You're still a scared little boy. That part. That part. This is the world we in, though. This is the times we in. Most of these youngins don't know nothing about just putting your hands up and fighting anyway, let alone, not saying it's right or wrong. Most cases it's wrong. But feel empowered because they can get their hands on a hammer or a gun, as is better known as. Feel empowered, feeling tough, feeling brolic, feeling thorough, feeling like, yeah, I'm him or her because I got a gun or I got gang with me. The boy that was punching on Jaden, would he have done that if all those people wasn't behind him? Who knows? We never know. The idiot, the boy with the gun, I don't know how old he is, whether he was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The idiot with the gun, because he was trying to be cool and pistol whip him. If he did not unalive himself, now you got a murder charge over your shoulder. You got a manslaughter charge over your shoulder. Probably second-degree murder they probably give him. Stupidity. But it's our fault. It's our fault. As parents, it's our faults as people from the communities, it's our faults as people that have been outside and done things in our past that we weren't standing in the gap in the moment and in general when it comes to our youth. We are at fault for the things that we see happening in our communities. That's it right there. We need some kind of intervention in not just New York, but other places before summer starts. Prayers for his family. There's too many of these. There's too many of these. The hood memorials for lives lost, for children and adults slain due to foolishness over silly punk ass beefs. Those that call themselves OGs or those that allow themselves to be called OGs from people in their communities should feel a way when shit like this happens should feel a way that their communities is in shambles and they're doing nothing about it. Shout out to the community activists and the stand-up men and women that are trying to work to create a balance, that are trying to work to create change, that are trying to work to keep violence from escalating or de-escalating beefs and drama in hoods, whether it's block-wise, gang-wise, or just between individuals. Shout out to them. Salute to them. May they continue to have that courage and that solidness to continue that fight. Can't save everybody, but you can save enough. But for those so-called OGs, those so-called solid individuals, so-called people that, yeah, I did all this and yeah, but do nothing when it comes to your neighborhood, does nothing when it comes to your block, does nothing when it comes to your city, when it involves trying to save the lives of our children, of our youth. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Some people like, man, that ain't my business, man. These youngins here off the hook, man. They said that shit when we was younger. They said that we was off the hook. They said that there was no hope left in it for us. They said we were unsavable. They said we were lost. But here we are, those of us that have made it through certain things. Those that have made it through the things that we endured and been through in our times aren't here for no reason or no purpose. Some of us, get caught up in our own bullshiggery, in our own pride and ego, in our own sense of, I made it, now it's your turn to make it. That we have left our youth out here to hang to dry. Left them to their own devices and vices. Left them to their own immaturity mixed with more chemically produced drugs and mind-altering hallucinogens than even we had as younger adults or young kids. We have left our youth to their demise. We have left the youth to their own undoing. We have left the communities to their own shamble, destruction. A lot of times it's for street creds, but they're alone once putting a pin. You no longer have those so-called friends behind you once the air clears. That's a fact. That's a fact. To the youth that might see this video, if your ass get locked up, most of your friends ain't coming around. Most of your friends ain't coming to visit you. Some of your family ain't going to visit you, especially if you sent away somewhere not close to your home. You're going to be without visits. The letters going to fall to the wayside. You have relationships that man or woman is going to go on with their life. You're going to realize too late that the hood don't truly love you the way that they say they do. You're going to realize too late the severity of your actions. You might find out too late that everything that you thought you stood for wasn't about nothing. Nothing. But a cycle that's been perpetuated and continues to be perpetuated throughout neighborhoods, communities, not just in urban areas, but also in rural and suburban areas too. There's no reason why Jaden Pierre should not be here. There's no reason why the countless other unalivings of our youth should have taken place in the first place. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of turf or neighborhood blocks, tenements, projects, hood buildings, or trap houses that don't belong to the people any goddamn way. There's no amount of nothing that's worth taking somebody's life over foolishness. There's none. A lot of us have been fed a lie. A lot of us are fed a lot of bullshiggery. A lot of us have been led astray and then left to our own undoing and demise by either following in the footsteps of hood legends, of OGs, of people we might have looked up to that had street lore and street credibility, instead of those exact same people. If they're not unalived and gone, and if they are unalived and gone, that should have been a testimony and a testament to what happens following in the footsteps of what they do. But for those that made it through, that are still here, to not seek to find minimally one to save. Say, look here. Look at my life. Look at what I've been through. Here's my charges. This is what I've been through. Whether they knew it before you told them or not, to seek to reach one. You know the saying, each one teach one? To seek to reach one could be the catalyst of paying it forward to save a community. But nah, we again, a lot of people like, I made it through. It's their turn. They got to learn. They got to go through whatever they got to go through, and When in some instances the reason why you is here because of somebody that was an OG to you or older homie to you or somebody concerned in your neighborhood pulled you to the side or imparted wisdom in you or stayed in your corner despite your bullshiggery. But you won't do it for the next generation. Shout out to the organizations that do, the grassroots organizations that are filled up and full of individuals that have been of a certain ilk and walked through the flames of a certain lifestyle, that are giving of their time, energies, monies, influence, putting their lives on the line, going into the projects, going into the hoods, going into the traps, going into the neighborhoods, to speak to the youth, the ones that will listen, because every child out there ain't a lost cause. Some have lost their way because they didn't know the way to go. Some didn't have the family foundation structure to teach them better, so they don't know no better. Some people have been violated in various ways, to which this is how they deal with their trauma. Some are just looking for love and looking for it in the wrong damn places, in the wrong damn faces. Some are looking for understanding from a circumstance, a situation that you will never fully understand. Some are looking for a way out through a game, through a system, through circumstances that ain't meant for you to win, period. I'm talking about dope dealing, drug dealing, and all the things that come along with that. A lot of us that have been outside, as we like to say, have played a part in the game that was never meant for people to come out on the other end good. And the statistics tell the story better than any of us could. Most people have been incarcerated for numerous years. Some are still incarcerated, can't never get out, and some have met their fate and been put in the grave. With a select, minute amount of people that have just been scathed, grazed, got war wounds from being involved, and or those that even smaller percentile that made it through and have gone on to be successful in other areas of their life that you probably wouldn't even know they were ever in the street unless you were around them or know their history. But it's them that need to reach back, talk to these youngins. Those that will listen. Some ain't gonna listen, but some will. And if you save one life, you're doing the right thing. You save one life, you're operating in your purpose or part of your purpose. If you keep one child safe, remove one child from being around these circumstances, you're doing what you're supposed to do while you're still here, while you're still breathing. You're living your purpose. You ain't got to have all the eloquent words. You ain't got to have all the eloquent soliloquies. You don't have to know how to expound and pontificate. You can talk in hood jargon. You can talk in broken English. You can talk from the education level and language level that you have within you and still be effective in changing a life. So don't never let your education or your professionalism stop you from being able or wanting to talk to a youth. Come as you are. They would respect that more than you putting on airs and acting like you're something other than what the hell you are any damn way. Lime, whoop, what's goody? I pray for this young man and his family, especially after seeing their son or family member saying he didn't want to fight, hearing that fear in his voice. Man, sits differently. This next video is I said he's an OG, somebody that's been in the gang, somebody that's been around, and that's Jazzy Stutters. What's good? I talked about that a couple days ago, and I was gonna re-talk about that today, but I'm gonna bring that back up on Wednesday, Jazzy Stutters, because I got more information on that situation. But I felt like these two situations were a lot more important. But again, this next video I'm putting up, I call him an OG because he's somebody that's seasoned. He's a veteran of being in gang activity, who's done some time, who has realized what it is and what it ain't. And realizing that something different needs to happen. Y'all check this out. This call to action.
Flag on the play. I had a touchy situation today, and it just made me come home and reflect. I gave up 18 years for the hood, just to come home to see that was 18 years wasted. Now I'm looking at the younger kids, like my kids, they peers, like the younger generation, and the shit is breaking my heart because I know what's to come by being in the streets, and they don't even have a clue yet. They involving themselves in some shit that don't even love them, all on the basis of seeking attention, not knowing they seeking the wrong attention by gangbanging. With that being said, I'm challenging everybody that fuck with me. Let's come together for the summer. Get two youth that you know from your section, and let's build them up. Let's teach them some trades. Let's teach them some life skills. Take them out the hood and show them it's a bigger world than what they surrounded with. I'm asking for y'all to repost this. This is the challenge of your motherfucking life. Say to you for real. If it's really reach one, teach one, let's teach them some shit. Bye.
That part. I don't know homie name. I don't know what section he's from. He's from out LA, but I don't know what section he's from. But shout out to him. Shout out to him. That's a start. That ain't just talking about the problem, but that's trying to implement a solution. It's a fact. That's trying to implement a solution, a good one at that. And it's a doable one. Again, he said grab 2 individuals from your hood. He didn't say try to get the whole hood. 2 people that can walk with you, that can listen. You can show them something else. You can impart in them wisdom as to what you've been through, if they don't already know. But if they from your hood, 8 times out of 10, they're going to know your name and what you've been through. But that's a start, because if it works out with those two might try to reach to other people and say, hey, OG, whoever, whatever, so-and-so, got something that you need to hear. Nah, on hood, this whoever OG is, he got some good wisdom. You need to pay attention. But how many people gonna do that? And you ain't got to be from LA to do that. You could be from New York to do that. You could be from DC to do that. You could be from Texas to do that. You could be from Florida. You could be from the Bay Area. You could be from Ohio, Chicago, Arkansas, you name it. Somebody has to start caring about our youth and stop looking for them just to care about themselves. Because some of y'all are still here because somebody cared about you. No matter how much of a knucklehead you was, no matter how much of a wayward woman you was, girl rather, no matter how much you was whatever you was, whether it was somebody's prayers, was somebody's direct intervention, or somebody that stayed in your ear and stayed in your corner despite what it was you was out here doing, male or female. Some of us forget that. Some of us be like, there wasn't nobody there for me, but all along it was somebody that imparted some wisdom in your mind. It might have clicked in the moment. It might have clicked in later. I can definitely say there was those that held me up. No matter what circumstances they were in. I've had everything from political figures to entertainment figures, down to street figures, down to drug addicts and winos intervening and imparting in me. And all part of the reason why Big Phil Speaks is Big Phil Speaks and is here today to talk about this tragic situation and other topics that I bring up on this good channel here. I know some of y'all like, man, I wasn't trying to hear this, man. Phil, you depressing me, or Phil, why you choose these topics? Because sometimes things like these 2 topics I just talked about need to be discussed. We can't always be ducking and dodging and hiding from, turning the channel away from tragic situations, bad situations, or bullshit in our own communities, or even in our own households. We got to stop running from the mess. And at some point, one, to take accountability for our own actions, take accountability for things that happen in our house, in our hoods, in our neighborhoods, and also have the conversation, though it may be uncomfortable, to seek solutions. To the ills, to the woes, to the trauma of our situations, personal and communal as a community. Appreciate that, Nell. That's a fact. I'm always up for discussion. You're going to get it with me, whether you like it, love it, or hate it anyway. I like to joke. I like to have fun. I like to, talk about music and current events and some celebrity ish and all that other shit. But I also like to talk about what's important and needed for our communities, for our own personal development and growth, no matter how young or how old your ass is. Well, the world need one big powwow. That's a fact of mundo. We living in a day and time where everything is going awry. Wars, rumors of wars, just like the good book talked about. When you got son against father, father against son, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, where immorality is through the roof. Where compassion is at a low and bullshiggery is at an all-time high. We got to do something about it. We can't always be looking for somebody else to do it when we have the power, the internal power. Some of us really have the power in our own neighborhoods to set shit straight. But some won't. Out of fear, out of selfishness, out of disregard. It shouldn't take tragedies like Jaden Pierre. Shouldn't take tragedies like the Elkins family and all them kids to warrant discussions. For somebody to want to do something, it shouldn't take a tragedy. And unfortunately, that's usually what brings people together, tragedy. If for a moment or for long term, it shouldn't take those tragedies to hit home, to hit your doorstep, or hit it right around the corner from you for you to want to get involved and or make change around you. You shouldn't. Any man or woman that sees this video, hears of this video, or hears anybody else talking about any of these topics should be moved to want to do something different, should be moved to want to find solutions, should be moved to want to mentor somebody younger, should be moved to let their life be a living testimony for those that might be caught up, for those that are trying to get out, for those that are out of the game or outside, who still don't have it all together, who are still trying to find their way. We got bigger fish to fry. We won't even deal with the minnows and guppies that are around us. This is one of those heavy shows that that are mentally draining for me as a man, as a father, as a concerned citizen, as somebody that's been there and done that, at least with this latter story. And again, I don't come from a perspective that I'm better than anybody. As far as the first stories, I know what I wouldn't do. I know I would not be killing my children, unaliving my children. I know I would never stoop to that. In the second story, there's a time when we got to stand in the gap for these children who mostly don't know what the hell they're doing. And even for the ones that know exactly what they're doing, because some of them are still just lost, looking for love in the wrong places, in the wrong spaces, and in the wrong faces, i.e. the gang, i.e. the hood. Hey, Simply Nay, definitely is sad. And these are not situations that affect one local area. It affects a lot of our neighborhoods, a lot of urban areas. But again, it's not just the urban areas. It could be suburban areas and rural areas, areas that you think that it would never happen. It happens. For whatever intent and reason. It could be somebody that moved from the hood out to urban or rural areas and started something or created issues, or people emulating what the hell they hear and see on these internet streets or by way of our music that is being made popular, and think that this is the route to go, this is the life to live, this is how I got to put it down, this is how I got to be solid, to be official. It comes a time where a lot of the music needs to be dealt with too. Because if you think music, just as well as television, doesn't influence people, you're fooling yourself. All you got to do is think about when you were younger. Hell, all you got to do is think about now with certain music that gets you in the mood for, you know what I'm saying, to get intimate, that gets you in the mood to think about things. There's certain anthems that get you emotionally there over a topic or a cause or a thing. So just imagine all this drill music and all this other bullshit that's being made popular and pushed. Shout out to all the young rappers who are trying to do something to get out from under. However, I believe that if other music was supported, other types of rap was supported, that a lot of these rappers, drill rappers and things of the like, would change up some of what they're talking about. They would have to be relevant, to keep relevancy. And you youngins, if don't nobody tell you, if ain't nobody told you, y'all need to stop being stupid. While you're outside, posting up, texting, talking about certain activities and things you did, and the stupidest thing y'all could have ever done is get on a record, get on a track, and discuss illegal activity, especially when it comes to physical activity and violence in a song. That's the stupidest thing you could have ever done or could ever do. And if ain't nobody ever told you that, I'm going to tell you that. Shut the hell up. You shouldn't be in that lifestyle as is, but if unfortunately you're caught up in that lifestyle, shut the hell up. Y'all put First 48 out of business. Y'all get a lot of the law enforcement early promotions because they solving cases off of your stupidity. And I'm not condoning none of the stupid stuff you do, because most of the stuff you do is sucker shit anyway. However, if your goal is to get out from under and get out from the bullshittery, move a certain way until you can find your exodus before it finds you. Because if you don't know, and I'm talking to my youth right now, and or anybody else still caught up in the game, you're playing a game that's not meant for you to live, not meant for you to win, not meant for you to come out from under. You're playing a game of smoke and mirrors, cloak and dagger, all kinds of bullshiggery. It's like a never-ending cycle and a never-ending story. And you're a willing participant in your own demise. Whether you know fully what's going on or you don't. Whether you're naive to the situation or you know exactly what the hell you're doing. A lot of people forget when they look at people from the neighborhood, older people from the neighborhood, what they seen them go through. You seen so-and-so get a rack of time. You seen so-and-so come home with nothing. Used to be a hood legend, come home with nothing. You seen some people not make it home. You seen some people die in the streets, family, friends, associates, hood legends, hood citizens. And yet you disregard it all for the chance at what? Being the man, being the woman. For what? 5 minutes, 15 seconds, 15 minutes of fame? Youngins, y'all better wake up. Older folks, OGs, big homies, whatever you want to call yourself, you better wake up. You better start doing something proper for your neighborhood. You've done a lot to destroy the neighborhood or tear the neighborhood down or its inhabitants. It's time for you to give back and start trying to reach these youth. If it's nothing more than you picking up one of these or picking up your phone and you sitting in front of it talking to tell your story, not glorifying the bullshit you did, but tell your story and let these youngins know that that's not it. That it's not the way to go. Look at my life and look at all that I've been through. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go through what I've been through. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be an elevated orator. You don't have to be a gifted speaker. You don't have to have it all together. You just need to learn. You just need to know how to talk, push record, and speak. And if it's a lot of ahs, and uhs, and all that, so be it. Until you get more comfortable so that some of those things fall by the wayside. And some of the people in your neighborhood know who the hell you are anyway. So they know where you are orally. Pause. They know where you are when it comes to speaking. They know how you talk on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of times that's all these youngins want. Somebody that they can relate to. Not somebody that got a hell of a name that think they're holier than thou or whatever the case may be. Now, there are some people that are in the entertainment world or celebrity status or rappers, singers, or whatever the case may be, basketballers, footballers, whatever the case may be, athletes, that is, that have maintained a humble or groundedness that's respected in the hoods of America. But to be the MFers that think they're holier than thou and bigger than everybody around and think that they have arrived so far up a place that they forget where the hell they come from, that these youngins don't respect. Bryson, what's good? We are supposed to be our brothers' keepers, our sisters' keepers. We are all that we got. We got to stop looking for other places and other people to get us out from under. We hold the answers here. We hold the answers within our own resources and communities. Everybody ain't meant to be a chief. Some of us need to learn to be damn good Indians or soldiers or workers or team to get the job done. That's what's saving our youth. That's what's saving our communities, changing our communities, bringing back our communities. Because all we doing is allowing them to lock us up, push us out of our communities and take over our communities, gentrify our communities. And with the gentrifying of our communities, it's a sinister thing because years ago I said this. They allowed the crack era to go on the way that it did so that they could push people out and move people out and get people out of their homes so they could change up the neighborhood when they could have worked to change up the neighborhoods for the people that lived in it then. All the cute aesthetics and all that, they could have worked to clean up the neighborhoods and did that then for the people that lived in the communities. But no, they don't want to do that. That's why some neighborhoods, I know in my area, they've changed the names of neighborhoods. I've talked about this before. They changed the names of neighborhoods. I'm like, when they start calling this, and when they start calling that. This has always been this, and this has always been that. Trying to erase history or rewrite history or to act like a certain time in history never happened. We better get our shit together. We better get our shit together. There's going to be a time when we're going to need to be cohesive for a lot of things. We better get our shit together. We got to start caring before the tragedy happens, such as Jaden Pierre and the countless others who have tragically, lost their lives innocently, or even if they were involved in some ignorance. We got to care before innocent babies, such as the Elkins family, these 8 babies, lose their lives and it becomes a trending or viral story or breaking news. We got to start caring soon as we see the signs of a good young man or a good young woman starting to go astray, whether their parents are actively involved or not. We got to start giving a damn about more than just ourselves. We got to start giving a damn about everything around us, because everything around us affects all of us in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's circumstantially, whether it's economically, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have to start giving a damn before it reaches a climax. And stop supporting so-called leaders, so-called individuals who act like they are cut from a certain cloth, but bear no fruit of changing anything or wanting to change anything or wanting to do anything positive. I wouldn't give a damn if it's from the president on down to a hood booger. If somebody's not esteeming to do something better with their lives, or esteeming to help somebody else better their lives, or helping somebody out of a circumstance or situation, whether it be by verbal information, introduction to somebody, networking to get them in the front of somebody they need to be in, or helping them financially if they have the wherewithal, they need not to be paid attention to. Excuse my information, but fuck all the grandstanding. People want to be the one. People want to be him. People want to be her when it's convenient, when it's a TV op, when it's a social media opportunity to be seen, to be heard. But in it for their own agendas and their own agendas only. Think about what you wanted to see when you was younger. Think about what you wanted to see different, what you wanted to be different, what you needed that maybe you couldn't get or nobody was willing to do for you, or remember the people that tried to help you or reached out to you when people left you be. When people wrote you off. When people said you were no good and you wouldn't be here. I had people say that I wasn't gonna make it to see 18. That was many years ago. I'm 53, be 54 later this year. I don't think I look that bad for my age either. However, if I would have listened to, or that was the only words imparted on my life, who knows where I would have been? Y'all probably wouldn't have met me. But I had other individuals, teachers, community peoples, OGs, hood people, people with vices and issues, crackheads and winos, television personnel, community organization personnel that imparted wisdom and positive information into my life, that held me even through the midst of me in my bullshit, in the midst of me cutting up, in the midst of me being wayward, in the midst of me being a prodigal son, that helped mold me and keep me even in my own mess and get me to what y'all see today. And I'm still not perfect, but at the same time, I'm here. And I ain't got no problem speaking on or speaking out to what needs to be spoken on. Hey, Jazzy, good morning. We got to do better. There should not be instances to where 8 children lose their lives. Should no man, no woman be left to feel empowered to do some shit like that? There need to be more help centers. There need to be more programs for people to have somebody to talk about the inner demons, the inner turmoil, the traumas, the drama, the scars, the secret acts, the secret things that torment them in their lives, the chemical imbalances that people want to call PTSD these days, and the actual traumas from activities that cause what we call PTSD these days. There needs to be more programs for people to have safe places to talk. We have to take our own accountability about who it is we deal with, date, get with, lay down, have these babies with, not knowing who that person really is or what issues they really face internally, to know whether you can handle dealing with them. That's for man and woman. We need to get back to where the neighbors cared about neighbors, where the community cared about the youth and cared about each other. We need to get back to that. No more, this is my child. You can't say nothing to my child. No more of that. Because some of y'all are losing your children under that stupid ass mentality. Yes, that is your baby. Yes, that is your child. Yes, we are living in the world with a lot of weirdos. But if the neighborhood knew each other, if you knew your neighbors, if you knew those up and down your block, if you knew those up and around the corner, a few blocks away, a lot of times you knew who was weird, you knew who to stay away from, you knew who not to deal with, and you knew who had your best interests at heart, who cared about you, and who cared to see your children bringing their ass home and getting home safe. But a lot of times, if you live in an apartment building, you don't even know the neighbors in your building. If you live in a residential neighborhood with houses, you don't even know most of the neighbors on your block. You know them enough to say, hey, that's so-and-so. Hey, how you doing? And that's it. You don't know shit about them. They don't know shit about you. And you wonder why it's so much division. You wonder why it's so much bullshit that happens in your community. Because people ain't caring about one another. Not caring enough about each other. Not on some nosy-ish, but on some real, I care about my community. I care about my neighbor. Their daughter reminds me of my daughter. Their son reminds me of my son. Their uncle and aunt remind me of my uncle and aunt. Whatever the case may be. Some of y'all have got so uppity and bougie and ain't got shit mentally, morally, or spiritually, or financially, but trying to carry airs about yourself. That makes you think you better than your neighbors, or better than the youngins that are in your neighborhood, or better than anybody. And you just a plumb dumb fool who really ain't about shit or got shit. I don't care if you got 6 or 7 or 8 figures in your bank account. That does not make you a solid, stand-up, morally sound individual. And when you die, you can't take it with you. Hey, Sabrina. Thank you, Zolan. We operate a lot of times off the me, mine, me, mine. It's about me. Forget you, it's me. We forget about the we. That's why when I end my show, and I'm going to say it in a couple minutes, the way I say what I say, I'm not against you. I am pro me, but I want us to be like this. It's a reason I say that, because it's what's missing. It's a reason, it's a method to all my madness. From me saying bullshiggery, figgity, and all those things. Why I started saying that was a reason. The fact that I speak the way that I speak, the way I answer questions the way that I answer, the way I don't answer questions the way I answer, the way I talk the way I talk, the way I move the way I move, the way I end my shows the way I do, the way I begin my shows the way I do. It's a reason, it's a method to all my madness. It's because I've grown to know and understand my purpose. And now at my big age, I'm trying to walk in it. Don't make me no better than nobody else. It don't make me more arrived than nobody else. It just means that I'm trying to do something positive. And hopefully that it affects and effects those that come in contact with. But if I reach one person, I'm good. Then I'm living out my purpose. I don't have to be the biggest. I don't have to be number one. I don't have to be all these things. Because no matter if I'm number one or number 1,000, understand something. My gift is going to make room for me, and that means I'm going to be in the room regardless. And I'm cool with being out front, and I'm cool with being in the back of the room. I'm cool with being a chief when necessary, and I'm cool with being an Indian team member or a soldier when necessary. Some people fighting for something that they ain't meant for in the first damn place. A position that ain't theirs to have any damn way. What God has for you is for you. What God got for somebody else is for somebody else. And some of the things that happen outside negatively be over people fighting over shit that ain't meant for them in the first damn place, for a position, a role, or a title, or accolade that ain't meant for them in the first damn place. But we get caught up in the hoopla. We get caught up in the romanticizing of a title. Yeah, I'm Big Phil Speaks. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, where you very well could be. But who are you really, and who are you on the grander scale of things? And what makes you better than the next man or woman who can speak just like you, who can talk just like you, who can move a crowd just like you, or influence people just like you on a greater scale or a lesser scale? Understand something. It doesn't take perfection, because nobody's perfect. It doesn't take perfection to be able to be heard, to be seen, to make a difference, or try to make a difference. It doesn't take $1 million or multi-million dollars to be effective, to make people feel you, to be heard, to be understood, to usher in change. It takes experience. It takes a willingness to try, and it takes action. You have to have faith in yourself, and beyond that faith in yourself, you have to put forth the effort and energy to try to make it happen. Faith without works is dead. Meaning you can have all the faith in the world, but if you're staying stagnant and not doing nothing with that faith, then it ain't about nothing, because it ain't for nothing. But if you got the faith and you move in that faith and you do something that you talking about or that you believe, then you're trying to put that thing into motion, into action. That's what we need in our community. We need not only faith in each other and faith in self, but we need actions put behind that to see it through, so others can see it too. Because some people are the type of people, they need to see things start to happen before they'll get involved. They need to see things happen to believe it. They need to see things to be able to understand it. So if you're the catalyst for that change, they won't see shit unless you make strides and efforts to do something. And I'm gonna leave it on that. Listen, I know this has been one of them days, one of them shows, heart heavy, emotionally draining. It has been for me. Like I said, especially that first story, everything in me wanted me to shed a whole lot of tears today, and I just didn't do it. I don't know if y'all can see it in my eyes, but even preparing for today's show was heavy. But I knew it needed to be done. So with that being said, no matter what it is you go through, whatever it is you're going through, get help, seek help. In the midst of whatever it is you're going through, don't forget to think positive. Don't forget to think optimistic. Realistic, but optimistic. Most importantly, I didn't cry, Jazz. I felt like crying over the situation with them 8 babies that got lost down south. No matter what it is you're going through, don't forget to think about the joy, the brighter moments, the people in your life that mean something. And hopefully that puts a smile on your face. 'Cause y'all know what I like to say, smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti-you. I'm pro-me, but with the emphasis on building we. Let that marinate your melon to the next time we could chop it up and have a tay-to-tay conversation, if y'all didn't know. Until that day, I'll holler, baby. Y'all be blessed.
We're one big happy family. One big happy family. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, tell a friend and tell a friend. Good Morning Gang Morning Show. Although it's one of a bunch of different morning shows and different types of speakers and content, that the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, you always gonna get something out of it. Hopefully you receive that. Hopefully you will share that with 1 to 7 of your friends, family members, associates, etc. Whether it be a laugh, whether it be a cry, whether it be getting upset, whether you're learning something, whether you're getting inspired to do something, or just period point blank being entertained by something in the show. You never know exactly what you're going to get here, the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. I just hope that you get something out of it. and are willing to tell a friend, huh? Help us grow. Like I said, I'm on a mission to get 100K followers here on IG. I mean, on YouTube as well as IG. But I know that happens as a family. I know that happens as us corporately doing it. I'm here because of you all. And hopefully y'all are here because of me. Y'all have a beautifully blessed day. Love on those that love on you. Care for those that care on you. And even stand in the gap for those that don't care about themselves. Y'all have a blessed one. I'm out. You feel me?